today. It's the National Football League. It's week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9?
Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 12 carries, 75 yards.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
And this is going to be a Titans first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. First and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Pat Surtain up to make the play. Second down at 7.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
4th and short, and in this part of the field, you just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team, saying, watch the fake, watch the fake. But Brandon, don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it, and they were ready for it and stopped it.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
42 yards on the ground for him so far. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Bacon, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now a 2nd down and 6. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Taylor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking with those big...
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
That was earning a first down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that first down by taking a big-time hit.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephon Gilmore dials the corner blitz and earns the sack. How about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now here's Mahomes. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Deshaun Watson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's get over to the Rockies and check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Aaron Jones, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.